What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Backseat Gorilla Club. I am Sean Patrick, that is Brother Lucas, and if you want to join the club, hit that subscribe button right down below. This is our G1 coverage of the G1 Climax 28/7/19/2018 B block. These are matches 6 through 10. We'll start off with Sonata versus Tama, Toru versus Zack Sabre Jr., Juice Robinson and Kota Ibushi, Tomohiro Ishii versus Tetsuya Naito, Hiroki Goto versus Kenny Omega. So, jumping right in, Sanada versus Tama Tonga. This one was just a lot of great chain wrestling. There's a snapmare by Tonga, a missed dropkick by Sonata. They're just, quick, equal bursts of offense all the way around. It's almost like they're mirror images of each other.
That snapmare, though, Sonata flips out through it.
Does he flip out through it?
Yeah. He hits the snapmare and Sonata just flips onto his feet. He didn't even take it. It was great.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
There's so much going on in this match, though. It's hard to keep up with. They were just flipping around, doing all their defensive stuff,
Yeah, there's a great little story with the Paradise Lock. Tama Tonga tries to lock up Sanada in the Paradise Lock, and then Sanada shows him how to do it finally, and of course there's only one way to get out of it, and that's a kick straight to the arse.
Yeah.
Lots of rail work. Another thing that happened during this match, Tana Loa got banned from ringside due to outside interference. But that also comes back later on in the match. You want to take it from there?
Yeah. So, after the run-in, Lowe gets ejected, and then you said Sonata already hit his Paradise Lock. So after that, inside the ring, Tama Tonga hits the Tongan twist, and he goes for the gun stun, but Sonata counters it. Sonata goes for the skull end. And then Tama Tonga counters that, and actually Sanada hits the gun stun on Tama Tonga, which is his finisher. At this point, you have the rough bump that happens, and Fale and Loa run in to try to interfere. And I think Tonga Loa hit him with a power bomb, and Tama Tonga goes for cover. He kicks out, and then he tries for the skull end, and Loa's up on the apron. He pushes Tama Tonga into Tonga Loa and then rolls him up for like a pinning combination with a backwards bridge, and that's how Sonata gets the win.
Yep, just trying to go back to those original Bullet Club tactics from a few years back, and that's the story that's going on in this one. It'll be interesting to see what plays out, especially.
That's why it was good. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Especially during the upcoming Kenny Omega matches. So.
Oh yeah. It's good too that he won by the pin, because it was like he was trying to get the hell out of there because all those dudes were gonna beat his ass, So it worked out. It made sense that's how it happened. So, all right. So going right into the next match, the 7th match is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Toru Yano. Man, this is like surprisingly great match. Surprisingly, but not that surprising, because Yano's been stepping up his game this whole tournament so far. And ZSJ always just ties everybody into pretzels and does all these like unknown limb locks and stuff, and so that was going on. But to start off, there was some really nice mat wrestling from both of the guys, and Yano was getting a chance to show off his little bit of amateur background and everything. Zack puts him in the octopus stretch at some point. Yano returns that later on in the match. He puts him in the octopus stretch. So you don't see that ever, and so there's this story in this match. One of the stories is that at one point they both almost get countered out, and so Zack sort of like gets an idea from that, and when he brings Yano back out there, he tries to tie him up in the rails and hold him there to like the last possible moment. Zack escapes back into the ring, and Yano makes it like 19 3/4 back into the ring. I swear that's like the closest to a count out that you could be without getting countered out. So Yano hits a really great belly-to-belly in this match and tries a pinning attempt. Zack gets him in the flying triangle, and at this point, it looks like Yano's gonna like pass out. It looks like he's done. You want to take it from here?
Yeah, he's almost tapped. Well, he can't tap because he's almost passed out. The referee, he's threatening to stop it. He gets really, really close to stopping it, and then and Yano comes back too. See, once he comes back to, he finally gets his whereabouts, back, and starts ripping off turnbuckles. There's a couple of roll-ups in there, but in the end, it's Zack Sabre Jr. with a bridge, and that's the 1, 2, 3 for the 2 points. Juice Robinson and Kota Ibushi. Keeping along with the story that Juice has been having this entire thing, he still has that broken left hand, and him being a southpaw is a major disadvantage. He still has it in a cast. It's only 70% healed, therefore he has to wear the cast through the end of the tournament at least, if not longer. It's just good wrestling rope work. You know, there's some good leapfrogs, some clotheslines, some kicks, just fast-paced back-to-back-to-back action. Juice, see, Kota misses a moonsault on the outside, and then Juice does his signature cannonball into him right there on the rail. Juice also hits a flying crossbody from up top. Man, Juice's chops. Let's talk about Juice's chops, dude.
No kidding.
On his offhand.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty impressive. I want to see his chops with his left hand when it's you know, healed or whatever they call it, you know, when it's back to normal, when he can use it. Man, those chops are massive, like blistering chops. That's like the theme of the night.
Chops and rails and forearms, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, throughout this match, it was just picture-perfect technique. Juice hits another cannonball. Ibushi hits some moonsaults, standing moonsaults, off the ropes moonsault, you know, all over the place. Teases a pulp friction after, see, Ibushi misses a knee, and it goes into Juice's double knee gut buster. That's when we tease the pulp friction, straight jacket German by Kota, and then we go with the Tamagoya knee by Kota for the win on that one.
So yeah, in that match there was a couple of good striking combos by Kota, and Juice avoids the golden triangle at one point and gets a superplex off the top, and then another cannonball in the corner with a power bomb for a 2 count, and then Kota tries a springboard. Juice just clocks him out of midair, and the one thing I really liked about this match was really cool was the spot where Ibushi and Juice were on the apron, and Ibushi hits the Rana off to the apron onto the ground. That was just perfect athleticism. Oh yeah, so the 9th match. It was already good this whole time, but now it starts to get like a whole different level of good. This is Tomohiro Ishii versus Tetsuya Naito. If you guys know anything about them, they've had this rivalry off and on for this like a long time, and so it kind of starts off with them, you know, feeling each other out, and Naito kind of fakes a clean break, like he's gonna do it, and then he doesn't. And he does this really cool like leg sweep when he's on the apron when Ishii's in the ring. Ishii hits a low drop kick and chops from hell from Ishii, just like chops. Naito's chest is getting red, and Naito starts smiling about it, like because he's just Naito. And so this whole time Ishii's just going to town on him, and like he's hurting, but he's just like kind of getting a half smile through, you know, his like it was pretty good. And then after that, Naito tries to get some forearms in, and Ishii comes back with a huge chop after that. So Naito kind of throws red shoulders out of the way, and he spits on Ishii. Now Ishii just kind of stands there for a minute, and he just clocks the crap out of him with the forearm, like just levels him. It looked kind of legit. Yeah, let's see. Naito gets some forearms in again. They're just teasing each other's finish like this whole time. Brainbuster is going to be Destino. Brainbuster, you know, this entire time. Naito gets on the top rope, missile dropkick, and a sunset bomb, and then there's a big German suplex from Ishii. You want to take it over?
Yeah. See, we had an exchange of some flying forearms in there. Then, you know, here's the question of the night: what's worse, a headbutt or a chop from Ishii?
Anything Ishii does is a nightmare, I feel like, if you're on the opposite end of it.
Do not want to meet up on that guy with an alley in the middle of the night anywhere.
No kidding.
So, you know, vertical DDT by Naito. Ishii turns him inside out.
Yeah.
Just like Ishii does. You know, at one point, a little bit of offense is mounted, but then Ishii ends up hulking up.
Yeah.
You know, with the last ride for a 2 count. Man, yeah, sliding lariat. I have sliding lariat in here, like a baseball slide lariat there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The short clothesline, yeah.
Another brainbuster tease, Destino tease, clothesline, 1, 2, more brainbusters, more Destinos. He finally gets it for the 1, 2, 3 at the very end.
And he finally gets that full Destino. Oh, because the one cool thing was that he had him in the brainbuster. Ishii had Naito up for it, and Naito countered into like a half a Destino. He got a 2 count for that, and then he finally got the full one on there. All right.
So the last one, the main event.
This was pretty solid too, and this went to a different place than I thought it would. Like, we'll get right into it. You want to start it?
Yeah, sure. Goto and Omega. Right off the bat, we get a tease of the one-winged angel, straight out the gate.
And the GTR as well too.
And the GTR, yeah. Another thing, you know, Kenny likes to do that flying spot to the outside. Well, he gets caught. You know, says, "Oh no, you're not going to do that."
Goto throws a chair in his face, and the crowd goes nuts on him.
Yep,
like,
that was the second time, and and from that you had the reverse GTR on the apron.
Yeah.
Oh man, they end up fighting into the bleachers, getting people out of the way. They tease a suplex spot in there. It ends up Kenny scoops him up into a body slam onto that hard sitting space where the crowd is. Goes for a moonsault, something I've never seen before, off the handrail. On the bleachers.
Onto the bleachers with all the young boys standing there like, oh, ready to catch Goto. Yeah. That was great.
Everybody's in place, just pulled off perfectly. Guitar Crusher by Kenny, followed later on in the match with "You Can't Escape." I've got something in here about Goto, and he reverses a suplex, and then clotheslines the hell out of Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny moves like a cat at one point. I thought to myself, he like rolled out of the corner and like flipped out and something. I was like, God, look, what is this guy doing? Like, he's just moving like a gymnast or something.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with him. He's just that good. We got we got a little sleeper exchange where they go back and forth, followed into a roll through German, and there comes the first of the V triggers. This is a little short one, just a little teaser of what's to come.
Yeah.
They get up on the middle rope. They almost hit a better plex, but it didn't quite work out. For those of you who don't know, a better plex is a superplex off the middle rope.
Yeah, it's not quite super. It's better than a suplex, but it's not super, so that's why we called it that.
From there, we hit our second V-trigger of the night, and that's a running V-trigger as always, but this time Goto is hooked up on the top rope and just slams the heck out of his jaw. Multiple strikes by Kenny followed that. And, man, had a sunset bomb off of there.
Oh yeah, he did it like Code Red style too, because it was like Goto lifted himself up and then flipped over, like, you know how Cena does that, like Code Red, but not off the top. Yeah.
Yeah, take it away, man.
Oh yeah, so there's a Ushigoroshi in there somewhere. There was a Snapdragon. Goto hits a reverse GTR, and they try a little roll up, and then now you get from there is B trigger, headbutt. Kenny hits the cross-legged fisherman buster neckbreaker style, hits one more V trigger, and then that's the one-wing angel, and that was it, man. One-wing angel for the finish. Kenny wins, cuts a killer promo at the end in Japanese, goes back to the back, cuts a killer promo in English. It is so solid. So I mean, I can't complain about that.
That's the show. It was good. Nothing to complain about. Please join us again next time. We're going to go with the A Block tournament tomorrow, hopefully. If not, it'll be the next day. But in the meantime, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Tell us what you want to hear. Thumbs up. Yeah, like the video. We want you to do that. Any interaction is great. You can always hit us up on Google Plus as well. But for now, we must bid you adieu. We'll see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.